Wonderful Monday so far. I'm coming on because I want to talk to you a little bit about two types of integrity that are really important in business. Now, these two types of integrity are client-based integrity and value-based integrity. So I haven't heard anyone else talk about these types of integrity in business. So I'm going to run through these with you so you know exactly what they are and why they're important in business. So that first type of integrity is client-based integrity. So this is the type of integrity that you as a business owner, you as a coach, you as a healer, whatever it is you do in your business, you have this integrity that you are going to keep your clients or customers safe. You're going to be providing a space that is welcoming and safe for them to be in. There are quite a lot of businesses out there and organizations out there who despite their intentions to want to be inclusive and welcoming and safe, they're actually not doing the work required to understand the needs of their clients, particularly if they are marginalized clients, because those marginalized communities experience life in a very different way from people who are the most privileged in those spaces. And there are certain things that are triggering to those marginalized communities. There are certain traumas that happen to those marginalized communities that aren't shared with other communities. There are lots of different cultural things that need to be in place to make sure their cultural safety is protected. It could come down to things like the language that is used in the business. Is that particular language inclusive and used in a way to make sure that not only the people coming in, those marginalized people coming in, are safe because of the language that's used, but also the people who aren't part of that marginalized group understand there are certain kinds of guidelines and rules in place that must be upheld to make sure everyone in that space is protected. And so that's part of that client-based integrity, is having that integrity within your business to do what you need to do to make sure whoever you're inviting into that space is the safest they can be in that space. They're not coming into that space and leaving feeling traumatized, leaving feeling like they've been harmed or hurt in some way, or leaving feeling worse. I mean, at the end of the day, we have businesses that we want to have amazing transformations for our clients, and those transformations are meant to leave them having better life experiences and feeling greater than they do before they come into contact with our businesses. So that is a bit of client-based integrity. It is something that I think a lot of people have, but there is no words put to them yet. Or a lot of people want, but there is no label to that particular thing. So I've coined it client-based integrity. Run with it if you want to run with it. If not, that's okay. Use your own words. Excuse me. So let's move on to the next type of integrity then. So the next type of integrity is what I call value-based integrity. So as business owners, there are certain values that we have as our business and we have personally, which is expressed through our business. And if you're following me, your values are most likely something to do with, being inclusive or being kind and compassionate, being equitable, being all those really nice, I guess, global or socially loving values. You share them with me, and that's probably why you follow me. So with those particular values, having those also means the doing part as well. So for instance, if you have a value of being kind, and in your business there is some kind of practice that happens which leads you to be unkind to a certain person, that falls outside of your value integrity. You can't do it, or if it is done, it feels off, it feels gross, it feels icky, it feels completely out of alignment, and you don't like it. So in business, when you're doing some things, sometimes it can feel off, like something just doesn't feel right here. This is also can be seen a lot now. We're talking a lot about consent-driven marketing, where you're not just forcing people to do things, or you're not manipulating people in certain ways to do certain things, like some businesses have done in the past and some businesses still continue to do, where it is making sure your client is knowing everything that's going on, and the choice is completely theirs. It's not something you are manipulating them with or guiding them to in a way that is they don't know about, or is something that is going to cause them trauma in some way in the lead up to some promise of a better life or a better transformation. So if you have those particular values, and some of those, as I said, could be diversity, inclusion, equity, they could be accessibility, could be knowledge sharing, whatever that is. So in your business, when you're actually doing some of those things, it needs to be in complete alignment with those values. So all the actions along that process need to be in alignment with your value system. So there are some business, so I'm going to talk a little bit about scholarships, for instance, because I'm offering a free webinar this Thursday on it, and the topic of it is how to offer scholarships with integrity to Aboriginal people. And the reason is, let's talk about it in terms of, let's go back to the first one, client-based integrity. So when people are offering scholarships to Aboriginal people, there is this beautiful value of being equitable. So in the business, it's equitable to offer marginalised people scholarships, right? So that's like a yes, tick, that's my value, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to offer that scholarship because it is equitable. Where it falls short is the client that comes in, or the scholarship owner, recipient that comes into that space, is not receiving client-based integrity because maybe the space hasn't been prepared culturally to receive someone who is from that marginalised community. You don't know maybe some of the traumas that that client has been through, or that community has been through. Therefore, you don't know what's appropriate to say or not to say. You're not sure of, sometimes there is things like casual racism, or there's genderism and sexism and Eurocentrism. There's lots of different bits and pieces, lots of different types of discrimination that can sneak in that you're not aware of because you're not part of that community. So doing the work will make sure you are staying integral to your space and making sure your space is safe for that person to come into. And then, so once you got to that particular point, yes, you might have ticked off, yes, I want to be equitable, so I'm going to offer a scholarship. If you take it a level deeper and go, but is it really equitable if the space is not prepared for them, and you're pulling them or inviting them into a space that's not safe? Is it then equitable? And the answer is no, it's not, because your space can potentially cause more harm to those people. And with that harm, it goes against your value system, because being equitable is about providing and supporting marginalized people and doing the opposite of causing harm. So I hope from that little explanation you can see how you need to have both client-based integrity and value-based integrity in your business. Like I said, I am offering a free webinar this Thursday on how to offer scholarships with integrity to Aboriginal people. It is in the description. The link to it is in the description if you would like to attend it. If you have any questions about client-based integrity or value-based integrity, pop it in the comment box. And if you have any questions about the upcoming webinar, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me. I would love to see you there. We're going to go so much deeper in this particular topic to understand the different layers of the integrities, and because I want to make sure that, first of all, the people who are potential scholarship recipients are safe. That's the most important thing to me. I certainly have been on the receiving end of scholarships and sponsorships and have been welcomed into spaces that were very culturally unsafe for me. They were not prepared, they did not do the work, and I walked away quite traumatized from those and harmed from those spaces, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So this is why I'm sharing my own knowledge, my experiences with these things, to help you, and to also make sure you're staying integral to your own value system in your business. Because when you are integral to your own value system, that's when your business thrives. That's when you feel good. That's when things flow. So that's what it's like. It's a beautiful way. Everyone wins in this situation. So I hope you come along to it. If you want to know the time for that webinar, it is on at 11 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time or 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. I hope that has been helpful, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. All right, much love and bye for now.